be participating in service. So we are starting our trip here in Nairobi, and we're so happy to be here. Then we are visiting rural areas of the country as well. We will be participating with local Lions in addressing the needs that we see emerging in the communities where they serve. I want to highlight some of the signature projects that the local Lions have already done and established. For many years, Lions here in Kenya have been committed to helping lift up and empower youth. And sometimes that actually means partnering with our friends from around the world. Just this month, Lions from Japan will be visiting for the grand reopening of the Kanai School. It's a great facility with services from nursery school through primary and secondary. A gift to that community that will lift up the entire community through providing quality educational services. And at the same time, of course, our work in the area of vision continues with eye screenings and the services that are established here at the Lions Eye Hospital right here in Nairobi. So we look to these service-minded volunteers to come together in the form and the structure of a Lions Club to meet so many of the needs: hunger in communities, environmental needs here in your country, and we partner together. In fact, we invite any of you who care about your community, who want to volunteer your time and your talents, to reach out and join a local Lions Club. And if you happen to be living in one of the communities without a Lions Club, reach out and we'll talk with you about how to form a Lions Club, because these are the tools, the opportunities to make life better for every member of your community by lifting up those in need and providing the services locally. So I want to thank you for your attention today, and I look forward to questions after my fellow officers have time for comments. I turn now for Chairperson Brian Sheehan.
Well, thank you, President Patty. We are...
We need to... Just go drink my water.
Leave my Coke alone. Wonderful. Well, thank you. I am immediate past president, and this year I'm the chairman of Lions Foundation. And it is always a privilege and an honor to be able to come here, because we are so proud of the Lions of Nairobi, the Lions of Kenya, the Lions of Africa, the great things that they do. In fact, this is the fourth time that my wife Lori and I have been back here since we've been executive officers, and we've had an absolute glorious time. And you know, our theme has always been "We serve," and this year's president is "Together We Can." And with the help of our foundation, which was started up in 1968, I'm sorry, it's changing the world. It was "Together We Can."
Together we can.
Thank you. And it is about changing the world, and the great things that we do, and we can do that with the help of our foundation. We have a foundation that was started in 1968, and we have given away 20,000 grants, and giving away $1.2 billion, and to those that are in need. We serve a world in need, and it's so great to be able to do that. And whenever anybody gives donations or gives to our foundation, 100% of that money goes to helping those that are in need. So it's very important for us to be able to continue to grow our foundation. Last February, we were here and we were doing a LCIF and a service week, and we had so many events that were going on. We were screening children in schools, and we were giving diabetes checks, and we were giving equipment away, medical equipment to those that are in need, and being able to, we actually gave all balls or beat balls to blind schools and electronic braille equipment. So there's such a need here to be able to do. We've done an outstanding job in being able to do that in the Lions of Nairobi and Kenya and Africa. Again, we've been very, very proud of them, of what we've seen. In fact, when we were doing some eye screenings when we were here in February, we met a young boy, and his name was Effie. And he was just sitting in a corner with his mom because he didn't know if he could afford getting his eyes screened. He had a problem with his eyes, and we saw him and told him it doesn't cost anything. Lions do this for free as part of it. In fact, he's been bullied his whole life, and somebody hit him in the eye with a rock back in 2018, and it did some damage to him. And so we screened him, and the Lions of this area and the Lions Eye Hospital stepped up and said, we need to get him to the hospital. And they brought him to the hospital the next day. They actually had to put a prosthetic in his eye, and he had about 40% vision. And with their help and giving him glasses and everything else, it's come up to about 80% vision. So those are the things that Lions continue to do day in and day out. In fact, we were here just a month ago, and my wife Lori, and there were 17 women from 17 different countries actually climbed Mount Kenya as a fundraiser for our foundation, and they actually helped out a school and built a new school in Amrita, and they were able to take and christen that school and open it up when they were here. And in fact, they're going to be doing another project in climbing Kilimanjaro. And they were raising money of $100,000 to be able to help out another school, Marina, which is in Tanzania, which was helping out albino children as well. So there's so many great things that we do with the help of Lions all over. Now, our foundation have given to the Lions of Kenya, the Lions of this area. Last year alone, we gave $574,000. Last year alone to Africa, our foundation has given $6.7 million to being able to help those that are in need. And those are so important. There's so many great projects that are done here. When we were here a month ago too, and actually the last couple of times, we actually sat down with the Pastor Rachel Dorcas Regati, the Deputy President's spouse, and we did Special Olympics events. And she has a cause to be able to help out juveniles and those that are in trouble, and how we could pair up and how we could match up in working with them. So those are some very great events that we have to be able to do and collaborate. And there's great opportunity to be able to do that in so many humanitarian services. It's exciting. It's exciting to continue to be able to do great things. And again, being very excited for the Lions that are here. And with that, I want to introduce our international first vice president to become president at our next Lionistic year from Brazil, Fabricio Oliveira.
Muito obrigado, Chairperson Brian, por essa brilhante introdução e boa tarde a todos.
Thank you very much, Chairperson Brian Sheehan, for this kind introduction, and good afternoon to all of you.
Eu tenho o prazer de cumprimentá-los em nome dos leões e leos ao redor do mundo, inclusive da minha terra, o Brasil, dizendo olá, amigos.
It is my pleasure to greet all of you on behalf of the Lions and Leos everywhere in the world, including from my homeland, Brazil, where we'd like to say, hi friends, how are you?
Eu tive o privilégio de visitar muitos países ao redor do mundo e conhecer muitos projetos que os leões desenvolvem em todas as partes.
I had the privilege to visit many interesting and wonderful places during my years as a lion and many wonderful projects all over the world.
E um desses países é exatamente o Quênia, quando aqui nós estivemos em Nairobi e outras localidades próximas, conhecendo os projetos no mês de junho deste ano.
And one of these wonderful places is here in Kenya, in Nairobi. We're here in June and we visited amazing projects done right here with the lions, local lions.
E nós podemos constatar o quanto esses leões são generosos, o quanto esses leões mudaram a vida das pessoas, o quanto esses leões e leões devolveram a visão das pessoas, atenderam, minimizando a fome das pessoas e levando uma mão amiga, levando o seu calor humano para amenizar muitas situações que essas pessoas vivem.
So we were so impressed to see how the lions and leos locally, they change lives for the better. They give back to their communities. They improve vision for the ones who have difficulties in that area of vision. And also everything they do in terms of being friends. And in the long run, that's what they want to be, friends and helping one another.
Vocês sabem o quanto a nossa organização Lions Internacional e a nossa fundação tem impactado a vida das pessoas.
You know how much Lions International and our foundation of Lions International has impacted lives all over the world.
E isso tem ocorrido em mais de 200 países onde nós estamos estabelecidos.
And that happens in over 200 countries where we have a presence.
Durante esta semana estaremos com os membros da diretoria internacional desenvolvendo projetos de serviço aqui no Quênia, especificamente no Masai Mara.
So this week we're going to have all the members of our board, many members of our board here with us, and we're going to be developing new projects right here and especially in Masai Mara.
Vamos atender mais de 1.000 crianças numa escola primária, levando atendimento e exames de saúde, como exames de diabetes, exames da visão e também exames dentários.
So we're going to be working in a project to help children and to examine children in terms of eye screening, diabetes prevention screening, and also combating hunger.
Também vamos entregar alimentos nutricionais e entregar 100 fogões solares para essas pessoas terem bem-estar melhor no seu dia a dia.
And we're also going to be delivering 1,000 meals, and we're also going to be delivering 100 solar stoves so people can cook in a much better way and have a life that's more adequate to their needs.
Também vamos estabelecer a Floresta dos Leões, onde nós vamos plantar cerca de 500 árvores para ajudar a preservar todo o meio ambiente.
We're going to establish also the Lions Forest, which will be done by planting 500 trees to help preserve the environment.
Vamos capacitar as meninas de uma escola e também entregar produtos de higiene pessoal.
Also, we're going to empower the youth at a girls' school, providing them with family and hygiene products.
Além de alimentar mais de 500 crianças numa escola.
Besides feeding more than 500 children in the school.
Onde quer que nós vamos, nós estamos focados na ação do serviço. E aqui não é diferente, nós estamos aqui para levar o serviço a essas pessoas que precisam de ajuda e que precisam de uma atenção toda especial.
Wherever we go as Lions, we are focused on the critical mission of improving the lives of people, the health and well-being of people, strengthening the communities and supporting the ones in need.
Vocês sabem que há muitas necessidades no mundo e principalmente depois da pandemia da Covid-19.
You know, there are many needs all over the world, and especially after the COVID-19 pandemic.
E onde há uma necessidade, há leões para atender a essas pessoas.
And wherever there's a need, there is a lion there to attend to those needs.
E durante esta semana nós estamos todos juntos aqui para fazer uma diferença na vida dessas pessoas que precisam de nossa ajuda.
And this week we are here to make a difference in the lives of the ones that need our help.
Muito obrigado pela atenção de todos.
Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. Gracias.
So our Lions International Board of Directors are the elected representatives of Lions clubs all around the world. Our board is comprised of 34 directors from so many countries around the world. I know that we have more than 24 countries represented by the directors who are here with us on this service trip. We have brought our board of directors meeting here to Africa, and we are committed to doing service as well as serving our association. And that's why we're here in Nairobi in Kenya, to do service and to thank our local partners here in Kenya for always being there in partnership, in support of our local Lions clubs and our youth movement, the Leo clubs. Well, thank you very much. Globally, our Lions Club, as well as our Leo clubs, engage in environmental projects that are relevant in their communities. In some areas, that means oceanside cleanup of plastics and other pollutants. Here, there's been a focus on both tree planting and waterway system cleaning. So we know that in some cases, the waterways, particularly in the Maasai area, need to be replenished to prevent the unnecessary runoff and erosion of soils. And so we will be establishing the Lions Forest to help in that area. I would invite my fellow officers for any other comment on environment as well. I'll start with Chairperson Brian.
You know, I know your president has committed to being able to plant over 15 million trees. And the Lions of this area, with their Lions Forest, has committed to be able to plant 1 million trees, which is very big. And it's not only planting trees, because everybody can plant trees, but they're growing trees. They're making sure that they are going to survive and thrive and continue to grow. And that's been very important, along with other things that the Lions around here have done.
I want to link that to how we need to make smart choices. You know, we truly can change lives. We can do that by cleaning waterways. We can do that by planting trees. But when my husband Greg and I were here last year, we not only chose to plant trees, we chose to plant fruit-bearing trees with the elementary students who will take care of those trees and reap the benefits of having now fresh fruit source right in their elementary school grounds. So we can make very smart choices about how we are working with environment as well. I will offer Vice President Fabricio the opportunity for comment.
Todo esse trabalho que os leões e léus desenvolvem ao redor do mundo sobre o meio ambiente são fundamentais para ajudar as suas comunidades.
So all this work about the environment that the leos and leos, they implement all over the world, they are very important for environmental protection.
Mas nós também estamos trabalhando em muitas localidades para levar consciência às crianças e jovens a ter mais cuidado com o meio ambiente.
But also we are really doing a lot of work with young people and children for them to understand, be aware of the importance of the environment.
Dessa forma, nós vamos conseguir transformar o mundo, especialmente relacionado ao meio ambiente, de uma forma muito mais inteligente, conscientizando os jovens e as crianças a cuidar do meio ambiente.
So that's the way we want to change the world in a very smart way, making young people and children aware of the importance of the environment.
In alignment with some of the objectives of your government, our association has adopted environmental practices as well, eliminating plastics from some of our supplies and materials wherever possible in our first year initiative in that direction. So thank you for the question.
Nessa direção, obrigada pelo bem.
Good afternoon, Madam President, and welcome to Kenya. Lions International has been doing a fantastic job in Kenya. Some few months ago, we had a famine that struck our nation. We saw Lions International donating foodstuffs to Kenya. We also have a very good hospital, Lions Health Hospital, which is giving good services to the people of Kenya who can afford it. Maybe as a way of reaching to many Kenyans, we understand that Lions in the site has a hospital, building an hospital in a town called Kisumu. Maybe you can give us a progress of how far is the project and maybe from when do we see the hospital running so that the Lions International can reach out to as many people as possible.
Thank you for that question. You know, one of our strengths is that we are not a foreign agency that comes here to do humanitarian work. We are a local agency. Lions clubs exist right here in Kenya and help to foster and support these permanent projects. We're very blessed to have the experience of a director of our board resident here in Nairobi, a past international director who served on our board, Dr. Manoj Shah, lives here, works here, and serves here. And I'll invite him to give more details in response to your question.
Thank you very much, International President and members of the press. I'm very delighted to inform you that in the presence of our International President and executive officers, the Lions of Kenya, together with the Lions Clubs International Foundation, have embarked on a state-of-the-art eye hospital. This hospital is going to be the same size as we have here in Nairobi, and it will be reaching out to all the patients in the western part of Kenya where there is no eye facilities available to them. The project is underway, almost completed, and we are planning that next year, March, we will be able to officially inaugurate and open this project. The total project cost of this new eye hospital, which we are very grateful to the Lions Clubs International Foundation, is 800 million shillings or $7 billion once the whole project is completed. Thank you, Madam President.
You know, one of the things that we highlight this year is that through service, through partnerships, and through collaboration, we have the power as individuals to come together and collectively change the world. And we do that often by changing one life at a time, such as young boy Effie that our chairperson mentioned. But we also change entire communities by providing things such as a new hospital, accessible without the unnecessary travel to a major city center. And so we look forward to that grand opening in March. Thank you. Thank you.
Well.
Appreciate all of your time and helping us share the story of what these amazing local Lions are doing. You know, we have thousands of local Lions doing this work and working through each of their community clubs to make the world a better place. So thank you for sharing the story. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. We will take the visitors.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, when you have Lori's eyes didn't get this big, I've never known.
No. I mean, I'm not going to change the right? Not a problem. I'll just take it out in your next donation.
Absolutely.
I think Ryan's making a